Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV. It's time for the fourth studio album by I See Stars, an electronic core slash metalcore post-hardcore band that has been making albums since 2009. That's when I started getting into them with the release of 3D. That was my last year of high school, and that was an album that I kind of had on repeat, and I wouldn't say I've grown out of it. It's just that I see more flaws with it now, but they've definitely come a long way since then with their music. They've evolved a lot, and they've actually gotten a lot heavier and just done a lot more with, I guess, the guitars and the intensity of some of these tracks. Here on New Demons, they've really stepped it up and kind of followed in the lines of their last album, Digital Renegade, which as a whole, yeah, I was kind of torn on it. There was some tracks that I really did like, Electric Forest, Filth Friends Unite. Filth Friends Unite, if I could see more tracks in that vein right there, I would definitely be a lot more into their stuff. That song perfectly combined elements of electronics with just post-hardcore, screamed and clean vocals rotated nicely, and not to say that they don't do that at times on this record, because there are several tracks that I really do enjoy and that do switch the clean and unclean vocals, like We're Not in Kansas Anymore, Violent Bounce, People Like You, Follow Your Leader, 10,000 Feet, those all being standout tracks to me, in my opinion. But then you fall into more generic territory, like When I Say Jump, You Say How High, Crystal Ball, Judith Rules. There's just nothing there that really separates them and those tracks in particular from anything else out there. There's definitely on this album, I will say that there's a lot more involvement from their unclean slash scream vocalist Zach Johnson, and I think that's really cool that they got the intensity stepped up because he is more at the forefront on many of these tracks. A lot of focus on scream vocals, even starting with the opening track 10,000 Feet. You can see that he is playing a bigger role in the band. And it's actually a fun fact for you. I know his girlfriend. It's actually one of my good friend's cousin that he dates. Their sound on New Demons as a whole has definitely gotten bigger. They've definitely expanded, like I was talking about. There's a lot of harder guitars, harder than ever, but what's more at the forefront than even more than usual, the electronics. They're playing around with like dubstep influenced breakdowns. There's parts in some of these songs that sound like they were produced by like big name like dance recorders like Major Lazer. The opening to 10,000 Feet, you can't tell me that that one right there doesn't remind you of like a Major Lazer track. I'm not exactly criticizing it, it's just that it doesn't come off as extremely creative to me whenever it sounds like something else that's out there. And I get that they're trying to draw in more fans and maybe possibly open themselves up to other genres, and that's cool, and it works on a lot of these tracks, but on some of them it does not. New Demons, the title track, is definitely one of my favorites because it mixes things well. Like I was talking about, some of these songs don't do it right, but this is one that does it justice. A lot of scream vocals from Zach, clean vocals from Devin sound really cool on this track in particular. There's a mix and blend of those hard guitars and these big sweeping electronic moments that really come in and push with the guitars, and it doesn't seem like one is like counteracting the other, if you will. It's like they're both working together and pushing this song forward in a good way, in an enjoyable way, making it one of my overall favorites. Lyrically on this album, they're still like really pissed off and everything, and I get that. They have to go for the whole angry thing, but it really does get old with like, you know, I feel like post-hardcore and electronic-core and metalcore albums feel like, you know, they can't do anything except for be pissed off all the times. That's all they can scream about. I don't understand that, because there definitely are a lot of other things to scream and sing about. I mean, like even the recent Bring Me the Horizon record was an example of that for me. I think they really expanded lyrically on like what could be done and what they could talk about on the album, and still it could be passionate, but at the same time, you know, be talking about something new. And I feel like I See Stars don't really do that. They just bring the same things to the table over and over again, and sadly that's to be expected from the band at this point. Just kind of talking about like, you know, problems with people and society And, you know, I get that they're upset and angry with the way things are, but they're not relaying it in a creative and inventive way. 10,000 Feet and Follow Your Leader are two other favorites of mine, and probably rounding out my favorites here on this record. Follow Your Leader, once again, throws in a lot of those electronic sounds that I've been talking about. Dubstep influenced breakdown here on this track, and it kind of just goes in your face, and it gets loud and intense, and it does become enjoyable as a whole. But another thing I wanted to talk about is just how some of these songs drag on for so long. I mean, like tracks like Murder Mitten, while definitely having solid elements to it, I like the way that song sounds musically, but it drags on. That one clocks over 5 minutes on the track, and it's like many of these songs clock in at over 4.5 minutes long, 4 minutes at least. And that's something that we haven't really seen from the band in the past, at least not as a whole album, and it's something that becomes tiresome to me. It's like they drag these tracks out, but they're not really doing anything but kind of putting filler in there, some instrumental, some ambient breaks. So as a whole, have they gotten better? Have they evolved? They've definitely evolved and grown as a band, but I don't know if it's for the better as a whole. 2.5 out of 5 for New Demons for me. Make sure you check out all the links in the description down below. Twitter, Facebook, and my vlog, of course. See what's going on in my day-to-day life. I upload a new vlog every Sunday night / early Monday morning, so make sure you're subscribed over there. And of course, thanks for watching this video, guys. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought about this record, and of course, what I should review next. I will see you guys very soon. Hopefully a new review to come within the next couple of days. Album Review TV, beyond the reviews.